and welcome yet again to another incredible episode of Adventures in Entrepreneurship. I am your host, Jared Hogue. This is, of course, Captain Clay Clark. Clay, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and I got to tell you something. This is, kind of a weird ongoing discussion we have. But I did go to Cherryberry for the first time, and it's something you want to check out. So go to Cherryberry, 41st and Yale, was that a place?
I believe they've got one there, 71st and Garnett, Brookside, Owasso.
Went to Cherryberry, had $9 of yogurt between my wife and I. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you that eating yogurt is now my favorite sport.
Oh, it's glorious. It is fantastic. Of course, you can see around us, we're not in our normal surroundings here. This is yet another episode under construction. And we're actually going to talk about moving while running a business and dealing with the chaos. But yet still maintaining profitability. So there's 3 rules we're actually going to cover today. So Clay, if you would, first off, give us just like maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes here of what it's been like to transfer these 9 companies from one building to another building and maintain sanity.
Well, I'll tell you this. We've had a great team of people. There's like my dad said, there's like 90 some odd people on payroll getting paid to do something. So we've got a lot of people that work up here. But what was exciting is everybody came together and was really, I guess, inspired by the new move. I've personally had to work quite a bit to make this move happen. But what we've been doing is we work 9 to 5, selling things, doing things, delivering products, and then at midnight, we've been meeting at midnight, and then we move from like midnight to like 8 in the morning, or from 3 in the morning till 9 in the morning. We've done it like, 3 days a week, 4 days a week. A lot of guys are working 70 hours a week, and we're moving stuff. And the key is to move the business while not, I guess, taking down the level of service at all. Because quite frankly, the customers don't care if you're moving. And if you're moving and your phones are down for 2 days, they'll just take their business somewhere else. I mean, because they're looking out for themselves and trying to get a good deal and trying to get a great service. And they really don't care if you're moving. So I brought my buddy here, one of the Blues Brothers, with me, and we've been moving the late nights. So it's been exciting.
Man. You guys are a bunch of sick freaks.
We are a bunch of sick freaks.
All right, so let's jump into these 3 rules here. Dealing with chaos while maintaining profitability. Rule number 1, cash is king.
If you have a business, you basically keep score, okay, with money. So if you're up by 50 points, maybe you got 50,000 in your bank account. If you're down, maybe you don't have very much money in your account. But if you ever get to 0, game over. The business is done. There's no capital. There's no business. You're out of business. You're bankrupt. And the thing about business is you have to make sure that cash is king. You just got to realize that I have to have cash to do payroll. I have to have cash to do a lot of different things for the business. So you just want to make sure that you use credit when credit's needed, and you use cash when cash is needed. And so for our particular businesses, they're in a healthy spot. A lot of great things are going. But we went ahead and financed the build out of certain things on a 0% interest over a 12-month period of time. So basically, we don't have to pay anything. We don't have to pay any interest. And I've never paid interest as a business owner. I always keep it 0 interest. But we're basically able to put it on credit, and now we're able to divide the total of the build-out by 12 months, and we're going to pay that much per month. So I think this build-out ended up being like $52,000, $53,000. So doing some quick math here, we're paying about $4,500 a month towards build-out. Well, that's pretty manageable. I mean, that's not a bad deal at all. You don't even feel it. But if you paid $50,000 up front, all of a sudden you might maybe not be able to do the new marketing project you're working on, or you couldn't do the website updates you needed. You don't want to get in that situation. So I would just recommend that you finance as much as possible when needed so that you have as much cash on hand as possible. Gotcha. When you finance, though, don't do a lot of interest. There's a lot of interest-free credit cards out there. There's a lot of people out there looking to invest in something. Maybe you could offer them a certain return on their money, but I just would not get in a situation where you're playing compound interest. You're paying that because the compound interest will erode your cash quickly. Because when you get let's say you get like a 5-year loan for your business, the first 2 years are almost all interest. So you actually are just paying almost all interest for 24 months. Wow. And that is a bad deal. So avoid interest when possible.
Gotcha. Rule number 2, and you touched on this just a moment ago, but your customers do not care about your dilemmas.
Yeah, I just want to encourage you, if you have a business and you're going, oh my gosh, I got to be at the office at midnight, and I'm going to have to work till 9 to move. Maybe I'll just sleep in. Bad decision, because your customers are just going to go somewhere else. So I told the guys, I said, hey, if you want to work all night with me, that's awesome. but you need to come in the next day. You know, we can't just have, so we try to stagger it so people didn't kill themselves. And then I figure if someone has to die, it'll be me. So I've been moving most of the nights with the guys. But the idea is you really don't want to get in a situation where you're going, well, we're going to work really hard in this area, and therefore we're going to neglect service or reachability and that kind of thing. So just try not to discontinue service as much as possible. Keep the service as consistent as possible.
Gotcha. And third here, huge change can either demotivate or it can inspire.
Well, in our particular move, we moved because we had a relationship with a business we were working with them, and we got to a point where we just basically said, you know what, we fulfilled our obligation. They feel like we've done what we said to do, and there was no really reason to continue working together. Or we kind of achieved our goals, and that was it. And so part of that relationship is we were leasing space from them, and so it became a point where, okay, it's time to move. And you could either come to your team and go, okay guys, we're going to move, and I just hope that this doesn't take us to the bottom, and hope you guys don't kill yourselves. You know, you could do that, or you could say, guys, we're moving to a new place. This is a time for us to get more efficient, for us to have a cooler office, a better build-out, a more efficient layout, better design. And I feel like with this new build-out, we've tried to do that. We've tried to make it cooler, just in terms of aesthetics. We've tried to make it a better feel for our business, a better location, more room for growth. But you can really, you know, I mean, I'm not talking about selling it to your team. I'm talking about to yourself. I mean, you could look at it as this is a bad thing. Oh my gosh, I have to move. Or you could make it, this is a great thing. We could get more efficient. We could get more productive. We could create new relationships, new growth. This could be an awesome thing. So that's kind of where we've taken it. We're trying to take it from a very positive approach.
So it's a great opportunity to cast some vision and to really inspire your team and motivate them and get them fired up again and kind of eliminate some of those stagnant people.
Yeah, I mean, we've had guys, I'll tell you what, we've had people through this move that have stepped up that have shown me they're A players. People that I thought, this guy's a good guy, now I go, this guy's a great guy. And I hate to harp on Dave Berlin all the time, but you got Dave Berlin if you're watching this, you got TJ Markland, you've got Ariel McKenna, Lauren, you've got Pat. I mean, I'd go on and on. I mean, if I didn't mention your name, I apologize. But you've got people that have stepped up and shown, hey, I have what it takes to go to the next level. I'm not worried about this move. I'm excited. I'm energized. Let's do something. And I think that's just super fun to see people come out and show what they're really made of.
Yeah. Okay, 30-second send-off. What do you have for us?
I'll tell you this. If you are right now running a business and you have to move, don't get freaked out. I'm just going to give you the top 3 things you want to make sure you do. We talked about it briefly, but just make sure you keep your cash high. Make sure you don't spend all your cash and then you're stuck with a new building with no cash on hand. That's a bad deal. Second thing is I would really try to maximize efficiency when you move. When you move, you're moving anyway. You might as well re-look at your business model and think about how you can be more efficient. And the final thing is I would recommend that you pray and drink Red Bull. So I think you should pray. Very important that you pray and you find out, just ask God for that extra little oomph to encourage you because you're going to need it. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to sip on some Red Bull.
Agreed.
No more than 4 per hour.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, you can leave your comments, questions, concern on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and then you can always email Clay direct, clay@makeyourlifeepic.com. We'd love to hear from you. Touch base with us. That's all we have for you today. We'll see you next time.
Hey now.